Good morning, good morning. It is Saturday morning. It is San Diego gray, but it's supposed to burn off. And I'm just up, and I actually had the day off, but was able to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning for whatever reason. I think my body was telling me I needed rest. So let's let a few people join. This is probably a little bit of a surprise to you, but I was thinking about some stuff as I was doing some work, and I thought, what better thing than to share it? Good morning, Madeline. Let me see if I can get my little monsters in here. Tokes. So, Donna's in the house. I'll kind of drag my feet a little bit while people join. I loved going on to this big group because we get people from all over the world. Mariella. So it's always fun when we get people from Israel, and we had someone from Egypt the other day, and all over the place. So it kind of makes me happy. I love it. And I see someone from Israel joining us. Let me give you a little picture of San Diego while people are getting on. Good morning, Beth. This is the bay. It's really pretty, actually. It's gray, but it's going to change. And off in the distance there, that's the airport. And if you go out here, that's just the rest of the city. And if you go right here, that's one of my animals. Hi, Tokes. Hi, gorgeous. He never likes being on camera. Come here. The other one's causing problems somewhere. I got to show you, though. There he is. Hey, guy. You want some water? Can you tell I love my animals? All right. Hey, Melissa. All right. Let's get to this here. Here's the back. It's just the kind of the back patio, back thing. Just a bunch of buildings way off in the distance there. Let me see if I can. That's the Coronado Bridge right there. You can see part of it. So anyway, it is. That's what it is. All right. Let's sit down and talk for a little bit here. Let me turn this thing around. These are my wine Bibles. Clearly someone likes wine. All right. Let me get myself adjusted and straight. So, a lot of stuff going on in the world. Not a lot of good stuff, unfortunately. And sorry about the Saturday morning appearance you're going to get. But, it got me thinking, with all this virus stuff going on, I won't use the C word because it's driving me crazy these days. There we go. We got some more Israel in the house. I love it. I love when you guys join. I love when everybody comes from all over the world. It makes me feel so good that we are able to reach people like this. So when we talk about the C word, the C virus, whatever you want to call it, it's devastated our world. It's rocked our planet. It's rocked our countries. It's rocked our communities, our towns, our cities. It's rocked our world personally. Us as individuals, our family, our loved ones, everybody is affected by this. And, what I entertain in terms of questions every day from patients is, what can I do to battle this virus and protect myself? What's my best defense, right? Which is a logical question. Your best defense is your best health. And that is truly the answer. I am not convinced that age is the biggest risk factor for this illness. Now, I will make a caveat in saying if you're, let's say 90 and unfortunately in a nursing home. My mother spent the last couple years in a nursing home just because we couldn't give her the care that we needed. It was a nice place. It was a great place, and it was a safe place for her. But these nursing homes are really taking a hit. And so, of course, elderly people in these nursing homes, and of course, elderly people who have a lot of chronic illnesses are at high risk. But I will say, by and large, from what I'm seeing, from the research I'm reading, from all of this stuff that's going on, the biggest risk factor is our general health, in particular, our weight. And I really think that as time goes on, as the year goes on, 2 years, 3 years, we're going to find out in studies that for the most part, people who were generally healthy and disease-free, however they define that, and young, being maybe 50, although I'm 52, so I still think I'm young. I'm not, but I think I am. Yeah, the UK's in the house. I love this. I think we're going to find that the number one risk factor for this C virus, in terms of really struggling, having a hard time, getting really, really sick, is going to be our weight. It is going to be people who are overweight. Why is that? Very clearly, we know that as we get bigger and we carry around more weight, we tend to carry that here, central obesity, right near the base of the lungs and right where the diaphragm has to move up and down to allow the base of those lungs to expand. And when the base of the lungs aren't able to expand, that area becomes vulnerable. And it's my thought and my belief, I'm not guessing, I'm giving just from what I've seen and just from the 20 plus years of practicing medicine, the base of this lung seems very, very much the source of attack. As we are bigger and bigger and bigger, the base of those lungs and the diaphragm is pushing up because the central obesity is weighing so heavy, it pushes up on the diaphragm and it makes our lung volumes a little diminished, as opposed to being able to, when you take a deep breath in, I'm being theatrical today, when you take a deep breath in and the diaphragm goes down, you fill these lungs. But when you have a lot of weight here, it's very hard to take that deep breath. And it's very hard to expand that diaphragm and expand those lung bases. So when we talk about risk for this, it's very clearly a pulmonary thing. And there's clearly another element of effect on coagulation. And you probably heard the term COVID toes. There's clearly a lot of things. See, Gail, you and I are young because we're 52. So young is 52. But there's clearly a lot of things. But this is a problem. So exercising your lungs is important. Big deep breaths. What do we do when someone has surgery and they're in the hospital? And you're young too, Diane. And we want them to exercise their lungs. Why? So they don't get pneumonia. And we call this thing an incentive spirometer. And what an incentive spirometer does is you've seen it. It's a little plastic thing, has 3 little balls and a tube, and you'll see people in the hospitals or in surgeries. And what you do is you suck into this tube and you try to raise those balls up and hold them up. What you're essentially doing there is expanding your lungs and raising those balls so that you can practice exercising the lungs. And that's what it is. Maria, one of our favorites. And so this is what's happening, and this is what needs to happen in order for us to utilize the base of our lungs. The base of our lungs do not get utilized as much when we are having to deal with that extra weight. So it's my contention that how do we battle this virus? Well, gosh, when it started several months ago, I would say the way to battle this thing would have been to start that day and get healthy. We can't control what this thing is doing. We can't control what other people are doing. I mean, believe me, it drives me nuts when people don't do what they're supposed to do. But we don't have control over that. We do have control over our environment. We do have control over our space and how close people get into our space. When I'm walking outside, I have my mask here. And when I'm walking and I see someone coming, I deviate my path. Forget 6 feet, I'm going 10. And if I can't, because there's an alligator here and a lion on this side, and I'm forced to walk by them, I simply put my mask on until I pass them. Some people will say, wow, that's not going to make a difference. I don't know. If you had the option to walk down the street past 4 people who were positive with this C virus, and I said you could wear a mask or not, but go ahead and walk by them, most people would say, okay, I'll take the mask. And that's always been my argument to people who say, the mask doesn't do anything. Even if the mask protects you 1% more, if I told you you had a 1% chance of winning $100 million, would you just say, forget it, don't enter me in that contest? The point is, however little it may protect you, it's something. And I don't really think that true scientists and people really know. This is all speculative. We don't know anything about any of this stuff. It's all new. So my point is basically this. Do what you're supposed to do. Control your environment and control your world. And we're going to get through this. There's no doubt in my mind. Let the scientists figure out the vaccines, the treatments, and they're coming. I really think by the end of this year, we're going to have something. I don't think it's going to be next year. I think December, we are going to have what resembles a virus, or a vaccine for the virus, I should say, and what resembles some sort of treatment options. And that's it. So let's do our part for ourselves, for our community, for our environment, for our loved ones, for our friends, for everybody. Now, let's do our part for ourselves. You guys hear me say this all the time. We need to be selfish in order to be giving. And that sounds like a selfish statement. But to be selfish is to take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, so that you can serve as that source of strength and knowledge and support for everybody else. So, how can we get healthy now? Simple things. Start moving. Start moving. I don't care how little you do, move a little bit more. Whatever you can do. A lot of my patients, and you'll hear me say this, they'll say, well, I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't do this. What I say is this, and I tell my patients this, and I say this daily. Don't tell me what you can't do. Tell me what you can do. And that's where we're going to have our conversation. Don't tell me what you failed to do, but tell me what you accomplished and what you did do. That's what I want to talk about. We oftentimes get stuck on, we know what we're supposed to do, but we didn't. Okay. Acknowledge it, know it, respect it, see it, but let's move on. Today's a new day. Today's a day for us to get healthy. And we can get healthy by making some simple changes. Simple. Move, move, move. If you move at 0, then move 5 minutes a day. If you can't walk for 5 minutes, then move for 2 minutes, take a rest, and move for 2 minutes more. The idea is to start to do something. Number 2, water. Water, water, water. Your best friend. Hydration, hydration, hydration. Drinking water makes everything better. Number 3, if you smoke, try to stop. I'm not saying throw them away and be done today. Cutting back. If you smoke a pack a day, going to 18 or 19 a day is a win. Little by little, taking small bites at the apple, as I always say. So, move, move, move. We goal is 30 minutes a day. Continuous. But guess what? 10 3-minute movements counts as 30. You get an additive thing here. And eventually, if you start to walk 3 minutes a day, that will turn into 4. And it's not going to take a year, it's going to take a week. And 4 minutes will turn into 5, and 5 to 6, and so on and so forth. And in 1 month, you will be walking 30 minutes. It's that simple. I promise. 4, and my favorite one, is make 2 changes in your diet. 2. You guys know me, I love 2. The rule of 2s, right? 2 carbs or 2 servings of carbs before 2 p.m., right? I'm not a big fan of these 0 carb diets. We need carbs, we need that energy source, but we need the right amount, we need healthier versions, and we need them placed in our day appropriately. Those 3 things. Those are my 3 things about carbs. The right ones, the healthy ones, right and healthy are the same. The healthy ones, proper portions, and placed properly in our day. Those are the things. And Those will make a huge difference. So we got movement. We got avoidance of smoking or trying to quit. We got hydration. We got changes in your diet, right? Protein, vegetables after 2 p.m., protein of choice, preferably a healthy one, fish, chicken, turkey, lean meat. If you're vegetarian or plant-based, there are a ton of protein options, pea protein, soy protein, a ton of them. I'm having dinner with one of my good friends and colleagues. He's a vegan and just, plant-based. We still get along, he and I. But the point is, healthy protein choices, unlimited vegetables after 2 p.m. Get your carbs in early in the day. Breakfast and lunch, 1 for breakfast, 1 for lunch, 2 for breakfast, none for lunch, 0 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, whatever. You get it. Rule of twos. 2 carbs, 2 healthy carbs, 2 servings of carbs before 2 p.m. Easy peasy. And the last one is the most difficult, right? So let's review. We got to move. Start somewhere. Tell me what you can do, not what you can't do. Because what you can't do is not going to help you or me. But if you can do, I can guide you on how we can take that can and make it go further. Number 2, we got to drink water. It's very simple. We can very easily drink water. That's a simple change you can make today. A simple change. And I will tell you, it will take a matter of a few days of you staying hydrated, and it will change how you feel from head to toe. Number 3, if you smoke, you got to work on quitting. I'm not saying stop, because it doesn't work that way. Very few people can just take those cigarettes, throw them away, and be done. The people that can do that is about 2 or 3% of the population. Very, very, very difficult. But hey, if you smoke 18 cigarettes instead of 20 in a day, that's a win. That's a win by 10%. We've talked about this before. Winning key battles is the key to winning. It's not that you have to win every battle. It's not about looking at sports. You guys know I'm a sports guy. It's not about that you have to win every single game to win the Super Bowl. You don't have to win every single game to go to the World Series and win a world championship. You don't have to win every soccer game to be the World Cup championship. You have to win key games, and you have to win more battles than you lose. That's what it comes down to. And your health is no different. Winning these battles. And when you lose one, you don't get frustrated and you don't get bogged down. You think about how and why you lost that battle and how you're going to win the next one. That's how it works. And this will make you healthy. So what is our 5th? The 5th is the most difficult, the most challenging, the most complex. And I hope you guys who are watching this live, and I thank you really for taking a few minutes to listen to me blab, but I thank you so much. And please do me one favor and share this. Share this with your friends, with your family. Share this with anybody who needs help getting healthy, because I promise you this is going to work. Beth, no, fruit is not allowed after 2 p.m. I love you, Beth, but you can't have fruit after 2 when you're trying to lose weight. If you're in a good weight and you're happy, it's good, but choose low sugar fruits. But I want you to take this, guys, and I want you to share it, please. I want you to share it with your friends, and I want you to share it with your family and your relatives and coworkers. Have them spend 15 minutes watching this, because I want this world healthier. I want people to be happier and healthier and get confidence in themselves, because you can. We just need some tools. So what is the 5th? The 5th of the matrix, the 5th of what I call the pillars of health. The 5th is to manage your stress. And that's why it's the hardest one. It's not impossible, but you have to have a game plan. And here's how I do it. Stress comes in 2 categories: avoidable and unavoidable. Avoidable stress are things you really don't have a lot of control over. The stock market, other people's actions, things going to a party and the food someone serves at the party. These are all unavoidable. Stress that you do have control over is other things that you can change in your life, things that you do that stress you out. How can I do this differently? These are the key things. So I see a lot of talk coming about the challenge, and I'm going to come back to stress in a little bit. Before I forget, please go onto the website and join our challenge. If you want more of what you're seeing now, you're going to see this every day for cycle 1 and cycle 2. It's a back-to-back. We're going to be starting July 27th. If I have the, let me see if I have the thing. I see a lot of my old faithfuls out there. Where's Melissa? I saw Melissa in here somewhere. Melissa, if you have the link handy, would you mind posting it? Because if I try to, I'm probably going to turn into a cowboy hat or something ridiculous. And those of you who watch me know what I'm talking about. But Melissa, if you could do me a favor and post that challenge. You want more of this, you want more of getting healthy, and you want to do this, we're starting our challenge July 27th. Oh, hey, Melissa, can you help me, Melissa, and see if you can post that link? I can try, but if I do, I'm going to end up with sunglasses and a cowboy hat like I did that one day. Anyway, back to, and if you can't do it, don't worry about it. I'll figure out how to do it. You're awesome, Melissa. All right, so stress. Let's get to this real quick, and I'm going to let you guys go. Sunshine coffee mug. Reminds me of Sunday morning, the CBS Sunday morning show. Love that show. So, here's the deal. You should column 2 columns of stress, unavoidable and avoidable. Avoidable stress are things that you actually have control over. Unavoidable are things you really don't. So, what do? You take the unavoidable stress, you look at it, you list them both, but you don't spend a lot of mindset and effort and energy on the unavoidable stress. Look at it, see it, respect it, acknowledge it, and move on. It's a lot like genetics in your general health, right? A lot of us say, well, that's my genes. It was just genetic. Okay, but it still works into the equation of your health overall. So what I tell people about their genes is that's one of these unavoidable parts or parts of the equation of your general health. But you can't change your genetics. You can't take your genes out and put new ones in. Your genes are what they are. Maybe at some point we'll be able to genetically engineer ourselves and cash us in. But listen, the cards you're dealt are the cards you're dealt. Just acknowledge them, respect them, understand them, be aware of them, but move on to the things you have control over. Because focusing your efforts on things that you don't have control over is a waste of time, because you can spend that time and energy and mindset on stuff you do have control over. So, take your stress, 2 columns, avoidable, unavoidable. Look at the unavoidable stuff. Here it is. I get it. Thank you, Melissa, so much. You are awesome. Melissa just posted the challenge. If you want more of this, if you want 34 days of this, go on to this challenge and sign up. It will change your life. And there are a number of people on this call right now that will confirm that. Thank you, Melissa. It will change you. Trust me, it will put you in a new place. And so with stress, here is the stress I have control over. Okay? My kids, not my kids, I don't have kids. My kids drive me nuts. Well, you can't just get rid of them and get new ones. They're there. But maybe you can control how you do things with them or what you can do. You just can't get rid of unavoidable stress. It's just there. But acknowledge it, respect it, know it, see it. But put your mind effort into things that you can actually fix. Yes, go Bucks, Rachel. So as I leave you on this Saturday morning, I want people to realize that you have a lot more control of things than you think. And today is the day for you to get healthy. And please share this video. I know it's a little long, but I think it's worth it. It's 15 minutes of some nuggets that are so helpful. Please share this. Please join us in that upcoming challenge. It is going to be so much. I cannot tell you how emotional I get for these challenges, because people change. People get to places in their lives they never imagined. And trust me, you don't need me to tell you. The people that have done it will speak for themselves. Check it out. Try it out. I promise you it will change your life and your outlook on your health and the health of many others in your world. So have a beautiful day. Got a little fired up today, but I was feeling it. I will leave you with my beautiful little friends. Hi, gorgeous. Tokes. There's Tokes. He's got beautiful eyes. You can't see him. Tokes, let me see your eyes. Okay. I don't know where the other one is. He's probably sleeping. Anyway, thank you guys. And enjoy your weekend. Please be healthy and stay safe. Remember the 5 things you can do to change your life now. Start those things. Maybe just start 1, start 2 in a few days, start 3. But I will promise you, within just a few days of doing some minor changes, you're going to feel it. And you're going to set an example for yourself and for everybody around you. Have a just beautiful weekend. Thank you for listening to me babble on. I love seeing everybody's name, all of these guys. You guys are so awesome. Share this video. Let's get people into this challenge, and let's make this challenge huge. So, don't be afraid to try. You can do it. No one should be afraid to try, because everybody's capable. Everybody. Remember, it's what you can do, not what you can't. And it's what you did, not what you failed to do. So, have a great weekend. I'm going to go get some exercise, go for a nice walk before the sun comes out. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Share this video. Join us on the challenge. And we're going to make this place a beautiful world to live in again, and a healthy one. Bye.